The island that shouldn't exist. The fog parted like a curtain drawn by unseen hands, revealing a jagged silhouette rising out of the ocean. The island had not been on any map. No satellite had ever shown it. But there it was, black cliffs cutting into the sky, framed by a halo of gulls that circled in uneasy silence. "We shouldn't be here," Clara muttered, more to herself than to the others. Her hand tightened on the worn edge of the boat as it rocked gently in the surf. The crew said nothing. Even the ever-confident Captain Mallory stared at the island as if uncertain whether they were approaching land or a mirage born of salt and sun. The boat scraped against the shore with a finality that echoed louder than it should have. Before them, a narrow beach of dark sand gave way to a jungle so dense it looked more like a wall than a forest. Vines the color of dried blood twisted between ancient trees. The air smelled of wet stone, iron, and something faintly sweet, like overripe fruit or decay. "We take nothing, we disturb nothing," Mallory said. "We go in, we look, we leave." They stepped off the boat, the sand cool and strangely smooth underfoot. No shells. No driftwood. Not even the usual debris cast up by the tides. It was as if the island rejected the ocean. Minutes into the jungle, the light changed. At first, it was subtle, the way shadows clung too long to certain places, how the birds never sang. Then came the hush, deep and complete, like the island had swallowed sound itself. Every footstep was muffled. Even their breathing felt quieter, like they were being listened to. Clara noticed the symbols first. Carved into bark. Scratched into rocks. Spirals, eyes, triangles with slashes through them, none familiar, yet each one stirring something ancient and uncomfortable in her memory. "Do you hear that?" she asked. "No," Mallory replied, scanning the underbrush. "That's what's wrong." There was no wind. No insects. No rustling branches. But somehow, beneath all the silence, Clara felt the pulsing rhythm of something alive, deeper in the island. A steady thrum like a heartbeat too large and too slow to be human. They pressed forward. The trees grew stranger. Some had bark like cracked obsidian. Others exhaled clouds of pollen that shimmered unnaturally, catching the light even in shadow. One tree bled amber sap that moved against gravity, trickling upward toward the leaves. Then they found the structure. At the center of a clearing stood a stone archway, half buried in vines and moss. It wasn't part of any known architecture. The stone was smooth, dark, and warm to the touch despite the shade. A humming sound came from it, not heard, but felt, like it vibrated beneath the skin. Carved across the top was a single word, not in any language they knew, yet all of them understood it. "Welcome." Clara stepped forward. The moment her boot crossed the threshold, the island changed. The jungle shivered. The sky darkened, though the sun had not moved. Wind whispered from nowhere, carrying voices that weren't quite words. The archway began to glow faintly, pulsing like a beacon. Or a warning. "Back to the boat," Mallory said sharply. But the path behind them was gone. The jungle had moved. Where there had been trail, now there was wall. Where there had been light, now only gloom. The island had shifted, folding itself around them like a closing fist. Clara turned back to the archway. On the other side, the air shimmered, like heat above asphalt, but instead of distortion, there was clarity. Shapes moved behind the arch. Towering figures in golden armor. Cities of glass and stone. A sky with 3 moons. And in the very center, a massive eye opened. Clara stumbled back, breath ragged. The eye saw her. It saw all of them. And it was awake now. The jungle sang for the first time, not with birds, but with something deeper. 1,000 rustling voices. A chorus rising. The island had been waiting. And now, it was watching.